like, I've been in love with a man, I've been in love with a woman. So I think at a time when I was just dating females, I was like, I'm lesbian and, you know, like go power. But it wasn't ever like, it was never like a, I am this. It was always like, I know I'm queer. I know I love everybody. I know I love a heart. I just don't put a gender to it. So that was like a few years ago too, like understanding all that. So yeah, but now it's like it's crazy because Jeka and I got together pre-transition, and then we were married too as a same-sex couple. And then he came out to me as transgender just with about a year and a half ago. Just very, you know, but it didn't change anything like that. Like, because your gender change wouldn't make me go, oh, I'm a lesbian, so I can't be with you anymore. You know what I mean? I've never been like that. I've always loved a heart. So I just identify as queer because, but I would like physically be attracted to more masculine energy. So like my personal preference wouldn't be like a feminine girl. Like I would like a more masculine girl, or like I wouldn't necessarily be super attracted to transgender women like I would be to a transgender male.
If I can't be this, then like what am I? So it was like, okay, I guess I'll just be lesbian because that's the closest I could be to this at the time. So I think, yeah, it felt like I had to wear a mask to still feel like me, but even though I knew like underneath it was all wrong.
They just love Jeka, like regardless of gender, obviously super accepting. I think the pronoun thing was hard for them to switch, and they sometimes get like, they slip up sometimes. I think the hardest one was for Star, because she's now 8, my little sister, where she would, before when we first started dating, would always call Jeka by female pronouns, and we would, by male pronouns, and we'd always have to correct her to female pronouns. So she finally like got used to that, and then she like hits, because we've been together almost 7 years now, and this is just a year and a half. So by the time she was like 4 or 5, maybe even 6, we start saying like, no, male pronouns. And she's like, you guys are confusing me. Like, but
she's like, I told you,
Jeka.
The doctor suggested that I wait to start testosterone until after this whole process. So like, literally it was like, I was getting ready to start testosterone, and then it was like, pause, let's do this first. And so, which I think it's probably better than that.
Well, Jeka kind of was, I was seeing that he was having a really hard time, and he kept talking about testosterone, and I was like, we just got to get the money. We're like,
we wanted to do the eggs, the embryos first before starting, just
in case.
We weren't sure if the testosterone was going to affect the egg quality or like all that. So we're like, let's get the eggs out. And we just kind of kept waiting to see if we were going to be able to
it's like a $40,000 procedure. So. Wow. So we were like, just let's save money. And finally, Jeka came and was just like, hey, I don't know if I can wait any longer to do testosterone. Like, it's really affecting me. Because you had already changed your pronouns and everything, but it wasn't you just needed the final kind of go. And then we really got lucky and, met with SCRC, and we were able to come up with a big plan and get all that done within a week. So we did all that, or a month, sorry.
Yeah,
a month.
14. Well, it was crazy because I had to start birth control, which I was already like, whoa, okay, because they needed to regulate.
Like he was wanting to start male hormones so much, and then gets put on female hormones. That was really tough.
It was like, but it kept going, okay. Throughout the whole process, I was like, remember the reason why you're doing this. Like, so it's future baby, so I can have a baby that's biologically, mine, and like also, so I was like, okay. Throughout the whole thing, I had to keep reminding myself of this thing, and then
it worked the first time.
Yeah, well, birth control was odd, obviously, because I was like, that's weird. And then we started the injections, which the first couple of days I was like, I'm good, like I can handle this. It's good. By day like 5, I was like, I just don't think I can do it.
We were watching something. Jeka starts crying.
I like lay on her lap,
and he was like, I'm in my emotions. I was like, oh gosh.